a big thank you to what's her name, Toyin, for putting up this. Yeah, the Oluwa Toyin Olatunde. Great. I think I got that correctly. So it's a pleasure of mine to be here to share some powerful nuggets, most especially on the parts which I really pay so much attention to, right? So it's my pleasure. And I believe at the end of this, we are going to learn a whole lot because I believe that every encounter should be a blessing. Yeah, in so many ways. Great. Hope you guys can hear me clearly now. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, great. So today I'm going to be talking first. Let me celebrate Tony once more for establishing the Change Maker Institute. It's such a powerful thing because in these times we are in at the moment, we need a lot of change makers, a lot of change agents to arise in order to make the world a better place, in order to set the world on another level. Most especially in the lives of so many youths, because so many guys are just wandering. They are wandering about, and as a result of what is happening in the globe across Nigeria, Africa, so many persons really need direction. So many persons really need to be guided. So this institute, I believe it's going to play a big role in the lives of so many persons. So well done, Toyin, for putting up this and your guests. How many are we online now? Okay, I think I can see a couple of persons. In Damola, Israel, great, and so many of them. Well done. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about. Sorry, I don't have this. I'm not going to be share my slides for today. Maybe subsequently. So today I'm going to be talking about the topic that says creating intentional development. Creating intentional development towards personal and social impact. Creating intentional development towards personal and social impact. This topic touches me a lot because of two things that are there. There are two keywords that are there, which are personal development, which are personal growth, and the second one is social impact. Yes, these two. Otherwise, the personal growth can also be called personal development. Yeah, I think we are good with personal development. Yes, which is also known because development actually means growth, right? So the two keywords there which play a very vital role are personal development and social impact. And there is a concept that says creating intentional development. So that is to say, let me start from here. For personal growth to take place, for personal development, or for one to create a social, for one to create a kind of impact in a society, there must be a level, like a high level of intentionality. That is the key thing. So for you to be able to shape cultures, for you to be able to orchestrate a movement, for you to be able to lead a generation, for you to be able to affect destinies, create impact across the world, across the globe, there must be a level of intentionality that must reside in that decision. Because culture shapers are not foolish people. Social agents are not ordinary people. Change makers are not boys and girls. These are people of these are people with I'll call them guys that are out of this world. For you to be a social impact person, or for you to be a change maker, man, That means you are living outside this world, because a lot comes with it. Yes, it comes with a lot of thinking. It comes with a lot of with a different perspective entirely, because you are living above the ordinaries. Yes, you are. It takes another level of articulation for you to be able to play in that frequency of becoming a change agent or becoming a social impact person. Right now, let me also make it clear. Becoming a social impact person, please, just as when we look at it semantically, social impact to influence a society. Now, let's get it clearly. When we talk about influencing the society, we are talking about influencing them positively. Yeah, influencing them positively, not negatively. Yes, because there are two sides to it. There are so many people, there are so many social impact persons that have been able to influence the world negatively. So that's not the part. I am sure that's not the part we are playing, or that's not the area we are looking forward to, right? So the area at which we are looking forward to is that of the positive aspect, from the positive point of view. So that's the area we are looking at, right? So if you and I should impact the world, impact the society, shape the culture, then we must do that. We must be able to do that positively. Are we there? So let us do it from the positive point of view, right? So very important. Okay, haven't established that. Now the next concept, the next point, which I really want to speak very well on, is the aspect of personal growth or personal development. You know, for personal development to take place, there must be a level of intentionality that comes upon it. Now, let me also, there's something I want to demystify here, because so many persons, whenever they hear the concept of personal growth, whenever they hear concept of personal development, it's what rings in their mind is accumulation of knowledge only, knowledge acquisition. What rings in their mind is learning. What rings in their mind is getting to know more, you know. But for you there is another level of personal development that is yet to be known, that is yet to be understood by so many individuals. I am telling you big time. So, personal development holistically, that's what I'm going to be looking at. Personal development or personal growth holistically is that it involves three major areas, right? Three major areas. They, please just follow me closely, because there's a way I want to connect it to social impact. So personal development or personal growth involve holistically, that's I'm talking about in general. It involves three major areas, but there's a particular one which I'll just pay attention to, which is very important as a result of time and everything. I believe I finished early. So, talking about personal development, in a holistic point of view, there are three aspects. One, the spirit. Two, the soul. Then three, the body. We all know that you are a spirit having a human experience. That's the body, right? So, as a social impact person or as a change maker that you are, you must be able to develop these three major parts, which are the spirit, your soul, and your body. Are you following? Sorry, can I hear somebody? Are you following?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great, excellent, thank you. So now the spirit has three compartments. The soul has four compartments, and the body has five compartments. So many persons really do not know about this, but this is very important, because for you to be able to do what you want to do, then there is a level of knowledge, not just knowing, reading books, but there's a level of articulation that you must be able to step into for you to do the things you are doing, for for you to even create it, for you to even impact the society. So that when people see you, when they look at you, they'll say, this guy is mad. But hello, you are not mad. You are just being moved because you've gained full understanding of who you are. So that's why you're doing it. So that is why I said earlier that the guys that are shaping culture, the culture shapers, are not ordinary people. These are people living outside the world. Because when they act, when they do whatever they're doing, man, people will begin to look at it. Where is this thought coming from? Who is this? You understand? So that is it, right? So I talked about the spirit, the soul, and the body. Now, the spirit has, sorry, the spirit has three compartments. The soul has four compartments. Then the body has five compartments. Of course, we all know the body, otherwise known as the compartments, otherwise known as the five senses organ, the five senses organ, the five sense organs, right? Feel, touch, and so many. But that's not where I'm going to pay attention to. So for today's teaching, I'm going to pay attention to the soul. Yes, to the soul. The soul is the central processing unit of every human. The soul is powerful. It's an indispensable part in every human's body. Take note of that. Yes, the soul is very important. So the soul has four compartments. And the four compartments are, if you write it down. The four compartments are the mind, the will, the emotion, and the intellect. These are the four compartments: the mind, the will, the emotion, and the intellect. Very important. Now, as a social agent, of course, you know what the mind entails, right? The mind is a storehouse of every of our being. Is a storehouse. Very important, excellent, powerful. Anything you must do in this life, you must be able to hack your mind before you get to do anything. Because every of our activities, every of our things, every of our movement is being controlled and regulated by the mind. And the mind, I'm not going to delve deep. The mind has two parts, which is the conscious and the subconscious. Is very important. So that's it. Now the second one is the will, the willpower. I'm sure you know the will is the capacity. It has to do with the capacity and the ability to do something. Because certain things, so if you're able to understand the willpower, man, forget it. You're going to be the change maker that will cause a disruption, that so the positive ones, not negative ones, please, that the world will pay attention to. I'm telling you, you're going to go out of your way to do certain things that, even just as God has placed it in us to do powerful things, you will do yours, and you definitely fulfill yours if only you understand the willpower. When you understand the willpower, you know that everything is possible. It's just for you to activate the willpower. Now, the next one is emotion. As a change agent, as a change maker, as a social impact person, you must be able to understand emotions. Emotion is key. Yes, because there are certain things, because when you turn out, or when you come out fully in the society, or when you begin to do something, when you begin to defy the odds, uh, when you begin to go against the bad wagons, when you begin to you begin to defy the status quo, so many persons will begin to say all sort of things. And if you're that kind of person that not be able to understand fully his or her emotions, you'll be carried away, and you might even drop that great vision of yours just at a single side talk or criticisms against you, leveled against you. But if you're that kind of person that been able to understand what his or her emotion, understand that people will always talk, they have their mouths, they will always say, they will always laugh at you whenever you start up something, whenever you want to do something, whenever you want to cause a change in the society, they will always talk. When you understand that, that's a level of emotion, that's emotional intelligence. You must be able to understand that, right? So when you know that, when they talk, you just look at their play. But because when you look at the lives of so many change makers, change agents across globe, across the world, across Africa, across Nigeria, across the continent, you will know that these guys, they mocked them over and over again. But because these guys have been able to understand that system, that are emotions, know when to pay attention, know when to uh, know when to look at what people are saying, know when to trash what people say. That is why they keep going. I am telling you. So the emotion is key. Now, in the emotion, after the emotion, the last one we have is, that's the four compartment. The last one we have is the intellect. The intellect, ability to think, ability to reason, ability to think intuitively, ability to transcend beyond, ability to think that this is good, this is right, this should be done, this should not be done. You understand? So these are the four compartments that has that that the soul has. Are you there? So the next one, which I want to look at, is under the mind. In the mind, there are four windows. There are four windows that the mind has, and you must be able to control this. Sorry, there are three windows, and you must be able to control these three windows if you must gain full, if you must grow as a human being, if you must become that social impact person that you wish to become, then you must be able to control these three windows. Very important. Now, the three windows are the windows of the past, otherwise known as our memory. The windows of the past, otherwise known as our memory. Very important. The second window, because talking about the memory, talking in short, we all have the past, because so many persons that got to where they are, they were once foolish before, right? So many persons did not even know what they were doing, but as a result of one or two things, they came up, they encountered some persons, they are now changed. But sometimes the problem is that we are being held back by the past. That's the memory. You understand? That's the windows of the past. It will definitely be there. You still remember what you did, who you were last 10 years. You still remember who you were last 5 years. You still remember who you were last 7 years. You understand? But having the knowledge of it, of who you were, and not allowing it to affect your present person, makes you a change maker, makes you that person who you are. It really shows that you've been able to transcend beyond just who you used to be to who you are at the moment. You understand? So that is it. So the next one is the windows of the present, otherwise known as the the contemplative window. You understand? The contemplative, yes, talking about the present, that is having the future, having the knowledge of who you are at the moment and what you should not do as a social. There are so many things I can't do now because I have an understanding of who I am at the moment. Are we following? There are so many things toying as a vision bearer of this change makers institute cannot do because she has an understanding of who she is at the moment. There are so many things. There are things you can't see on my timeline because I know who I am. I know my brand. You understand? So that is it. So you listening to me as a change aid maker, as a social impact person that you are turning, that you are at the moment, please understand the contemplative window. That is for you to be here. That means for you to be here. That means you really pay attention to you've paid attention to personal development and you really prioritize growth. You understand? For you to be here. So you being here is not a mistake because Whiskey is not here, the video is not here. This is intellectual delicacy going on. It's an intellectual gathering. You understand? So that is it. So the last one is the windows of the future, otherwise known as the imagination. Because there is no change agent, no change maker that can operate without without foresight. Without foresight, there is no change agent that can operate without foresight. So that is why most of the things we do, we do them as a result of what we have, the knowledge of the future, the windows of the future, imagination. You understand? Now, I believe where Toyin, I need you to respond to this. I am sure you know where you're going to see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years, right? As a result of this particular thing that you're doing, I'm sure you know where you're going to meet yourself, right?
Yes.
Excellent. That is you having the knowledge of the future, having foresight of what you're doing. So these things are very important. These three, I'll stop here for this uh, holistic view on personal development. I'll stop here. So I just said I should share that because so many persons don't really know that, right? So it is very, very important. You understand that you have a holistic view on personal development about your own self. If you must develop, if you must grow, because if you fail at any point, if you fail at any one, then certain things might not really go well for you. You understand? So these things are very, very important, right? Great. So I don't know how many minutes I still have, but I think I should just continue. So I've been able to establish that concept. So I I want to talk about uh, no, I've been able to talk about of the role of intentionality. Yes, for personal development to take place, for you to be able to become that change maker that you yearn to be, there must be a level of intentionality. Yes, intentionality is key, man. Very important. There must be a level of intentionality that you will operate by. Otherwise, you might not really succeed in doing that or achieving that. That level of intentionality gives you an urge to fly, even in terms of complexities. That level of intentionality gives you an urge to still flow in the midst of trials. That level of intentionality makes you to know that even while you're doing this, while you're trying to create a change, even when you are not earning or making any dime, forget it. Soon it will pay. Soon the world will celebrate you. You understand? So that was the level of intentionality that the Wright brothers, powerful guy that changed the way we move. In short, he changed the way the world moves by creating what we know as the airplane. You understand? It was that level of intentionality that he had, knowing exactly what is possible, knowing fully well that this thing he has caught is something that will change the way the generations move. Now, at first, when he foresaw it, when he saw it and started it, it was like, if birds can fly, that means if birds can fly, if eagles can fly, that means we can also. There is a machine that can also fly. Now people saw him. I was like, "Are you stupid? What is this one? What is wrong with this one?" But the guy was so intentional. So they started reminding him about the law of gravity. That anything that goes up comes down. Anything that goes up comes down. But do you know what? The guy had to supplant the law of gravity and brought out and developed a new concept, which is the aerodynamics. You understand? The aerodynamics, the ability for a machine to fly. So that is a level of, because he was so intentional. That was why he wasn't carried away with the noise coming from outside, coming from the guys, mockers, critics, everywhere. The guy was so intentional. So that was why he was able to do that. I believe so many of your friends, as a result of who you are at the moment, so many of them will be like, hello, all these things you're doing, motivation, talking, doing good, blah, all these things won't pay. Nigeria don't favor all this is hello, hello. Still keep at what you're doing. That's the idea. It's just a little time. It will definitely pay. Yeah. And the world will celebrate you. Those guys that are talking nonsense will come and sit with you and they'll celebrate you. So that's it. It helps you to navigate the times, dogged times and rugged times. So that is what that level of intentionality creates. You understand? Very important. So I'll stop with this last concept, which I want to talk about. There are certain ways in creating intentional development towards personal growth and social impact. There are certain skills that are very important, which you must be able to create, which you must be able to develop in order for you to go far. And when you check, when I begin to mention all these skills, when you check, you will notice that so many persons, so many of all these change agents, change makers across the globe, they have it. They have it in one way or the other. Now, the first one is what I call the communication skill. Very important. You must be able to communicate that which you want to see in the society. You must be able to communicate that act, that thing you want to sell to the society. You must be able to communicate it clearly. Is that through writing? Is that through speaking? But the most important thing is your ability to communicate your thoughts. Are you following? Your ability to communicate your thoughts. You understand? To communicate that which you want to do. Now, the second one is collaborative skill. You must be able to collaborate with other change makers, other change agents, for you to be able to carry out, for you to be able to carry out that which you want to do. You understand? Because in the times that we are in, you can't do it alone. You must be able to sell your vision to another person that is in line with what you do for it to be done. Imagine when this guy wanted to change the way people communicate, the way people live. That's Facebook. He had to go meet a friend, Poale. Was it Poale? Facebook? Abi? Was it MS Word? Okay. He actually collaborated with somebody for him to carry out that. And today he has changed the way we live, the way we communicate. So collaborative skill is very important. Very important. If you must make social impact. Okay, let me take myself for instance. I am putting up an event in Ibadan and I am based in Lagos. So see it now, see the connect. How will that happen? Will I be going up and down, or will I go and rent an apartment in Ibadan and start moving out? Or will I go and lodge in Ibadan just to create something? No, I sold my vision and I collaborated with some guys on campus and created a team for this vision. And I communicated it. I communicated what I want to do. Then I collaborated with some organizations on campus for that vision, for that particular goal or vision to be carried out. So that's the goal. You must also have another skill, which is called the problem solving skill. Very important. The problem solving skill. You must be able to solve problems. You must have the ability that whenever you see problem, there must be a solution that should come out from you. Yeah, whenever you see problems, you'll be able to figure out a solution. Very powerful. Next one is critical thinking skill. Critical thinking skill. You must be able to think critically about a particular concept, about a theme. Very important. These skills are key, man. When you understand this, then you become a balanced social impact person. I'm telling you, and it will go very well. When you check out, we read about all these guys at the top. They really understand all this and they are using it. I'm telling you, they're using it big time. Take your time, search. You know, you see all these things. And the last one, emotional intelligence key. Master your emotions. I've talked about this before. Master your emotions. These are key. So I believe with these few points of mine, I'll be able to speak vividly on the concept of creating intentional development towards personal growth and social impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. That was really so amazing, to be honest. Really so amazing. The words were certain, so powerful. Like it just seems like you spent hours because they were just on point. So I just want to leave a few moments for whosoever has a question. I want you to go ahead and unmute and ask your question. So are there people with any question or you understand everything perfectly?
Good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening.
Okay,
Awuyemi.
standing on the existing protocol, I'm Oluwatimileye Awoyemi. So you are
Yes.
talking about collaboration. Is
Yes.
collaboration the same thing as you having a team?
You said
I said, is collaboration the same thing as having a team? Team, TEAM.
when you create a team, you're also collaborating with them in one way. You know, the concept of collaboration comes in different dimension. You understand? Yes, it comes in different dimension. So the higher level of collaboration is a teamwork. The higher level of collaboration is a teamwork because when you collaborate with a group of persons, depending on what you're doing, so that's why I say collaboration comes in different dimension. Yeah, because when you say you want to create a team, you don't create you don't create a team with people that are not in that don't share the same vision with what you are doing. Are you guys what I'm saying? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, there must be an alignment with the people you're trying to deal with as a team to be part of your work or to be part of anything you want to carry out. There must be an alignment. You understand? With
Yes, sir.
them, yes, with you and with them, with what you want to do. There must be an alignment. If not, those team you are creating, you're trying to, okay, I'll call it collaboration at the lower level anyway. Those guys you're trying to join hands with, you're trying to collaborate with, or you're trying to form a team with, they might just ruin the vision. So that is it. So you must be able to, there must be an alignment. It must be something that is being shared before that vision can fly. Even though you're you're creating a team. Just okay, just like for example, now me, when I wanted to create, I have so many secular guys, friends in Ibadan. But I was so strategic. I had to look out for the guys that shares what I want to do. And they are already doing it. And I say, okay, come, come, come. I want to put up something. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then all of them came. Because I already knew before now that they are doing this. They are in line. They are thinking there's an alignment with what they are doing and what I do as well. So that's again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so I don't think there's any other person with a question, but if you have, please you can send to me and I will send to John just in case you didn't ask. Yeah. So we've
Yeah.
been so blessed by John speaking to us tonight. I want two people to appreciate John on our behalf and tell us what they learned. So please, who is doing that for us this weekend? Who is our volunteer? Should I call name? Alright, so let me unmute you. Ife, you can go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear
Yeah.
you now.
Yeah, Lua.
All right. Good evening.
Yeah, good.
I'm Ifeoluwa Ayotomiwa Ajishe, and
Yeah.
I would like to sincerely appreciate you personally and also on behalf of everyone here tonight. I'm really glad I'm here tonight. I have
Thank
Really
you.
learned a lot, and I've seen things the way I didn't see them before. And I am very sure that after this class, everyone will go back and then put these things into practice and will eventually become better persons. So we are saying a very big thank you for your time. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. So John has two events coming up soon. The first one, I'm going to be sharing the flyers with us in the community page. The first one is happening in University of Ibadan on the 1st of March. The convergence of global leaders, and also we have the Global Executive Masterclass. John, please, can you just talk about those events for a few seconds?
Okay. Okay. So the first one that I have is the Global Campus Store. I'm on the tour as we speak. Yes, moving across various campuses, not universities, because we also visit polytechnics and colleges of education. So we started last year. So we've done some campuses like Federal University of Technology, where Futo. We've done LASU, Lagos State University. We've also done Tan Sholari, University of Education. So this year, we are starting with Ibadan, UI. So we want to do UI, powerful. So, and this is coming up on the 1st of March. It's titled or is themed the convergence of global leaders. So that is where global leaders will sit and converge. Convergence means the meeting of global leaders. So what we want to do is we want to talk about certain issues such on different areas, like finance, tech, leadership, and so many of them. So that's for the Global Campus Store, and this is happening in Ibadan. Yeah, it's the University of Ibadan. Yes, University of Ibadan. So the next one is the Global Executive Masterclass. That's a powerful masterclass. Yes, it's a paid one anyway. So, but the first edition will be taking place in the city of Anambra. Yes, in the city of Anambra. Yes, at Oka. So this time around, we'll do like 5 to 6 cities. Do Anambra, do Lagos, do Ibadan, do Abuja, do Port Harcourt, so many of them, right? And do Benin, also do Benin, right? So that's the game. So this masterclass will be discussing four major areas such as leadership, finance, uh, skill monetization, and strategic positioning. So that is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you for being a part of this, and thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. Thank you so much once again, John. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Good night,
Thank you.
everybody. See you next weekend.
Bye.